I am Jocelyn Thorpe, and I'm honored to be reading this citation today. The highest distinction the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria include distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate this afternoon is Susan Millican. From her days producing hard-hitting television documentaries and her tenure as Vice President of Women's Television Network, to her time as head of the National Screen Institute and her diverse philanthropic work, Winnipegger Susan Millican has had a hand in shaping Canada's cultural scene. A lifelong advocate for social change through media, Ms. Millican started her career at CBC, producing documentaries on sensitive and important issues. She soon won the ACTRA Gordon Sinclair Award for Integrity in Broadcasting and established her reputation as a serious journalist. Starting in the industry when she was just out of college, and she says, in over her head, she feels fortunate to have been surrounded by kind and generous people who showed her the ropes. Going forward in her career, she felt it was simply the right thing to do to help other people have the chance to succeed, and so she became a generous mentor herself. Following a teaching stint at Red River College Polytechnic, where she redesigned the television course in the Creative Communications program and established an innovative Indigenous broadcast journalism program, Ms. Millican gained national stature as Vice President of Programming for Women's Television Network. She provided top Canadian news and entertainment to millions of viewers nationwide and promoted the careers of many Canadian women in media, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera. From there, she worked for Oxygen Media in New York as their international business consultant. Her tenure there opened the door for many other Canadian television producers. As Chief Executive Officer of the National Screen Institute, Canada's oldest national training school for film and television professionals, she expanded education and outreach. Contributing her expertise to empower others, she worked to level the film and TV industry playing field and create opportunities for underrepresented groups to succeed because, as she puts it, everyone, everywhere deserves a shot at their dream. Through her leadership, greater numbers of Indigenous and racialized people have joined the ranks of writers, producers, and directors, resulting in film and television programs that better reflect Canada's diverse audiences. Since stepping down from the National Screen Institute in 2010, Ms. Millican has immersed herself in community work with organizations such as the Winnipeg Foundation, Ross Brook House, and the Bruce Oak Recovery Centre. She is currently a director on the Nature United board and is responsible for bringing the work of UK nonprofit 1 Billion to Canada, distributing thousands of their learning devices in northern Manitoba and core areas of Winnipeg to help students improve their math and literacy skills. Madame Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba that you confer a Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon Ms. Susan Millican for her incredible impact on the Canadian media industry as an innovator and a mentor, and her extensive work in the community.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Susan Millican.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thorpe, for that very generous introduction. And thank you to the university for the privilege of being here today. Hello, graduates. Receiving this honorary degree is overwhelming and a bit more than surprising for me. Trust me, most of my teachers would be more surprised than I am to see me here today. In fact, the only teacher that I can think of from grade 1 to 12 who didn't think I was a total academic bust-out was one Sister Margarita Mary. True story. Grade 11, St. Mary's Academy, final exams, final math exam. Sister Margarita Mary, my homeroom teacher, my favorite teacher, was walking up and down the aisles, placing an exam on each desk. When she arrived at my desk, she cautiously placed the paper down. She took a little time to say anything, let out a sigh, and then with a little smile said, "Susan, I was going to say a prayer for you last night, but you don't need a prayer. You need a miracle." I managed a 49. When I rewrote the exam and squeaked out a pass, she looked me in the eye and said, "You will never be a chartered accountant. Be a journalist. You might like it." That was progressive advice to give to a 17-year-old girl in 1969. I'd never considered journalism or television or writing as real professional possibilities for me. It was great advice, and her belief in my potential influenced the course of my life. Having someone believe in your worth is essential. I imagine most of you have someone here today who was confident that you'd be here. But then you are a very easy group to believe in. As said earlier, you've actually made history. You've managed to graduate with a university degree in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. That's a major accomplishment, and you deserve serious congratulations. You've shown determination, the ability to work hard, to think creatively, to be adaptable, to focus on the end results, and to work with others. And you must have a sense of humor to handle those endless online classes and Zoom calls. Most importantly, you have shown that you believe in yourself. Graduating with a university degree in 2022 is very impressive indeed. Now, preparing these thoughts wasn't easy for me. I really struggled to think what I could say that would be of value to you. You are graduating into a totally different world than I did. The pandemic has changed everything, including the work environment, and no one seems to know yet how it's all going to pan out. Considering what to say made me reflect on what I believe and think is important. It made me remember some of the sage advice I'd been given along the way. I was told at an early age that it was possible to do well and do good. Some things are still true. I believe to do well, you have to do something you love, something you're passionate about. I was lucky. Sister Margarita Mary gave me more than that fateful 49. She gave me good advice. If you're not sure yet what grabs your heart, what's right for you, keep looking. There's no other way you're going to find it. If you do know what you want to do, what you really want to do, don't just dream it, do it. Don't let negativity dissuade you. Follow your own path. This is your journey. My definition of doing well always includes doing good. By my reckoning, if you truly want to do well in life, you have to do good. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by what's going on in the world. I know I do. The pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the horror of residential schools here in Canada, climate change, the dreaded American political scene, gun violence. It's heartbreaking. It's easy to feel like giving up, but the class of 2022 has so much to give. You have new ideas, new solutions, new answers to the problems we are facing. It's unfortunate that you're graduating into this turbulent environment, but I'm confident that this cohort is going to make a difference. I mean, look what you've accomplished so far. So please, speak up. Heck, yell if you have to. I don't know where to tell you to start. It can sometimes be hard to know where to begin. But maybe instead of being overwhelmed, you pick one area where you think you can help and make that your focus. In these tough economic times, it can be hard to donate money, but you can still give by volunteering, by organizing. You can contribute your brain power, lend a hand, stand up for those less fortunate. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Treating people with kindness, decency, and respect is simply the right thing to do. And besides, in my experience, doing something for someone else makes me feel good too. I think to do well and do good, you have to be informed. I worked in broadcasting my whole career. I am proud of the people I worked with and the work we did. But like everything, that industry has changed. It's harder now to gather information, real information. You are students. You are critical thinkers. Your minds are sharp, and we need your intelligence. Watch insightful documentaries and well-researched news programming. Read editorials by trained and accredited journalists you can trust. Ignore the trash. It's toxic, and it's hateful, and it's not you. You are history makers. You're the graduating class of 2022. Be proud of yourselves. You deserve to be here. Continue to believe in yourself and believe in other people too. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, and listen to wise advice when you hear it. Unlike Sister Margarita Mary, I don't believe in miracles, but I do believe in you, and that with hard work and determination, dreams can still come true. Thank you for the honor of being here today, and cheers to you. Congratulations, well done, it's official, you did it, now do it.